You know, guys, we've won the battle, but the war has just begun. Now, if you haven't heard, Black Ops 7 is removing skill-based matchmaking for the launch period of Black Ops 7. This was confirmed directly through Treyarch right after the beta, and I'm sure you guys have all heard of this, but I'll just reiterate it for the people that didn't hear it. And it says, confirmed for Black Ops 7's launch, open matchmaking where skill is minimally considered, huge W, persistent lobbies, aka no more disbanding lobbies, aim assist adjustments, and more. Now, I'm gonna be the guy right now that actually gives credit where credit is due. There's a lot of people that like to come on my channel here and say that I'm overly negative for absolutely no reason, and I will give Treyarch the W here. It is a huge W that we're getting SBMM removed, and this is why content creators like myself and many others have been complaining and complaining and complaining, and also saying to vote with your wallet, because there's another whole angle here as to why this is changing. Now, I want to play devil's advocate here for a second and kind of just get you guys thinking. Do you really believe that Activision is going to keep these changes going throughout all of Black Ops 7 and future Call of Duty titles? And the reason why I say this is because if you watch this video, the person in this beta Q&A right here was asked a question about the matchmaking, and the way he worded it was very ominous and a little bit weird if you ask me. He essentially said, and I'm not exactly quoting him here, but he said something along the lines of, open matchmaking will be the standard matchmaking mode for Black Ops 7 at launch, right? He doesn't specifically say that this is going to be something that they carry throughout the entire life cycle of the game. They just specifically worded it, and it's very clever on their part. They specifically worded it to say at launch. Now, take that as you will, but this is also the same company. You got to remember who they're owned by, Activision, Microsoft. This is also the same company that claims that they're going to make their anti-cheat better every year, and every single year we have hackers in the beta, we have Warzone tournaments being ruined by cheating, we have Black Ops 6 that was ruined by cheating, and it just got progressively and progressively worse. So take it with a grain of salt here. I will give them a W for this. This is a good thing that we're going to be getting open matchmaking here in Black Ops 7, but this isn't something they're doing just out of the goodness of their own heart, right? Like, can we all admit that Activision and Call of Duty aren't sitting here and they're like, well, you know, our player base hasn't been happy over the last few years, so you know what? We're just going to remove SBMM because we feel like being good and giving back to our community. No, this is the same company that made Game Pass go up from $10 to $30. And there's one specific reason for that. I'm sure you guys know exactly where I'm going with this, but Battlefield 6, this is competition. I've been the type of person on my channel here, and I've been preaching this for going on 2 years now. Competition stirs change. And this is exactly what's happening, because Battlefield 6 launched today and it passed 700,000 players concurrently in 1 hour after launch. For reference, Call of Duty, since it's been on the HQ, right? COD HQ, I think Modern Warfare 2 was the highest peak player count that they had. And that game was sitting at 490 some thousand players. If you look at the graphic here, an hour after they launched Battlefield 6, they had 704,000 players playing. I also saw another graphic of 740 some thousand players playing. Hell, I'll even update the graphic in this video to give you the actual player numbers at the time of making this video. And right here is the exact reason why we need to boycott Call of Duty. This is why we need to hit them in the wallet. This is why we need to go to different games. This is why, as a community, we need to rally together and complain about things. Because complaining, not spending money on the game, going somewhere else, and hitting them where it hurts actually gets them to change things. And as it sits right now, this is a huge W, but I don't know if this is something that we're going to continuously see. And I have a reasoning for that, right? I have a reasoning. This isn't just a hunch. This isn't just a feeling, because we did get some information from an ex-Infinity Ward developer that confirms that Infinity Ward, Incompetence Ward, convinced Activision executives to put stricter SBMM into all Call of Duty games. And if you look at the tweet thread here, it says, the devs at IW made this decision. I was pushing back, but unfortunately it was not working on multiplayer. The response here says, wait, for real? How come it was in all the games not made by IW as well? They convinced the executives. So it's all starting to make sense here. Infinity Ward is the one that actually came out and convinced Activision to put egregious SBMM in their games, because we all know that new Infinity Ward and Competence Ward doesn't like skill gaps in their games. They make their games bare bones and as cheesy and as unskilled as possible. And they were one of the biggest reasons why every single Call of Duty after Modern Warfare 2019, which was also an Infinity Ward Call of Duty, had egregious skill-based skill-based matchmaking. Now, I'm gonna paint this whole picture and put it together for you guys. You need to ask yourself the question, right? Let's just say in a hypothetical scenario, we have Black Ops 7 here that's getting absolutely shit stomped by Battlefield 6 currently. That could change in the future, but as it sits right now, the hype for Battlefield 6, we saw it in the beta. We're gonna see it more than likely on Black Ops 7's launch. The hype for Battlefield 6 is off the charts, and people are going to different games, right? If this trend stays true, then we're gonna have Black Ops 7 with this open matchmaking. A bunch of people are gonna either get tired of Battlefield 6, get burnt out on it, whatever reason, and then they'll come over to BO7 and they'll see, oh, there's no SBMM. Now, there's other issues with the game, but either way, if your main reason for not playing COD is the fact that it doesn't have SBMM, you're gonna play BO7 and you're more than likely gonna have a good time. What happens when those player numbers go up? We don't know. Maybe they, for the entire, life cycle Black Ops 7, they decide to keep the SBMM down low and we prioritize connection. That's all fantastic, but ask yourself the question, who's making the newest Call of Duty? After Black Ops 7, what development team is working on Modern Warfare 4? That's right, if you guessed Infinity Ward, Incompetence Ward, if you guessed them, you were correct. Now, if you put all of this together, the genuine question I have to everybody watching this video, and you guys can leave your opinions down in the comment section below, do you think that Infinity Ward is going to release Safe Space Warfare 4 and not include an SBMM algorithm in their game, especially if BO7 does well and brings players back? Do you really believe that? I don't. I think what will happen, and this is purely speculation on my part, but it's my opinion, I personally think that Incompetence Ward will release Modern Warfare 4 after we have a great year with Black Ops 7 due to the no SBMM, and we're gonna get another sweatfest Call of Duty, and by that time, Battlefield 6 will be a year old. People will more than likely be bored of the game. It happens with Battlefield. It kind of falls off. That's just how it happens. And if there's no competition driving them to change, they can flick that switch at any time and turn that SBMM algorithm back on. All I can say is do not be like these Call of Duty shills on Twitter and these pro players that tweet this absolute asinine shit all of the time. And I'll put the tweet on screen right now. It says, Treyarch has single-handedly revived Call of Duty. All jokes aside, COD is back, and Black Ops 7 will be the best COD of all time. Of course it will. It'll be the best COD of all time. Yes, I'm sure it will be attached. You're on that Activision payroll, and you're gonna talk about how great it is. You're also the same dude that said that Black Ops 6 is gonna be the greatest COD ever. You said that Vanguard's gonna be the greatest COD ever. And who knows? You're probably trolling. But there are people on this site that genuinely say, COD is back, COD is back, every single moment they have to say it. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this entire situation right here is a little fishy, and it just kind of seems a little weird that right after they go below 100,000 players on their beta, they're announcing all of these changes about how everything's gonna be great now, and they all of a sudden, now they have ears, now the earplugs are out, and the people at Activision are actually listening. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not buying it. Either way, let me know how you guys feel in the comment section below. If you liked today's video, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to turn that notification bell on so you never miss when I upload a video, and I catch everybody in the next one. Peace.